Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, here with me, Mike Spider Slayer, get ready to do that all important comic book review to help you guys decide on which comic books to buy. Today, we're going to be talking about the Superior Spider Man series finale, issue number 31. Now, this book is like double sized, and it's actually at a price point of $5.99. This book does have two separate stories, so this is not all one continuous story, which maybe some of us would have liked in this particular last issue of Superior Spider-Man. Now, our book is written by Dan Slott. I'm sure we all know this by now. The script is done by Christos Gage, and our art is done by Giuseppe Gomacoli. Now, his artwork is not my favorite on the Spider-Man series, especially on the Superior series. However, there are moments that shine, like this particular panel right here. And there were some good battle scenes, but at times his artwork lacks in facial expressions. And one of those parts that I thought was kind of weird, if I can find it, was it's like kind of like right here, and it really bugs me. I said this before. He has like the Green Goblin has eyelashes, so it makes him very feminine looking, and I just find that weird. And it gives him these lips and things like that. So certain things like that kind of bug me, and he has heavy inks. There's also heavy inks on the faces that I don't particularly enjoy either. That makes the characters look a lot darker than they should be and whatnot. Okay, so going into the story. Now, there's going to be spoilers, not a ton of spoilers, but there is going to be some stuff in here because I just want to talk about it and then get you guys' opinions in the comments below what you thought, if you agree with all this or not. So, all right, going through this actual story, okay? In the beginning, you get to see Peter Parker. He's back. He's back, ready to go back in action. Green Goblin's got Anna Marie on a actual a rooftop, and he's basically gonna kill her. I mean, that's basically what it is. Spider-Man comes out of the secret lab. He has some dialogue moments with Miss Jaffrey, and right away he's getting like that third degree, and he's like, "Oh, am I going to be?" He's like, "Am I going to be explaining myself all day?" He's already like, "Oh, geez, this is gonna be rough." But from that second on, this issue I felt was very rushed. Where I was so hoping that it wasn't going to be this way, and I'll explain it as I go if it makes sense to me, okay, or makes sense to you. So right away he finds Carly Cooper, and she is being cured from her goblin disease. Right away, Peter Parker has words with her and just reconfirming with Carly that, hey, I'm Peter. Right away she's like, okay, I believe you. So he goes out on town. He sees everything that's going on. The town's in shambles. Everything is blowing up. And he calls Aunt May and everybody because that's the first thing he wants to do. And, and he's destroying goblins on the fly. And, Mary Jane and Julio or whatever his name is, or Ollie, I'm sorry, Holly, is like, oh, wow, he seems like a great guy now. And you get different things that are going on. There's just so much that's going on in this issue. You got J. Jonah, he's all upset. You get these little moments with the Spider Slayers. You get moments with the Avengers and Spider-Man interacting with them. You get Spider-Man interacting with Hobgoblin. You get Spider-Man interacting with Spider-Man 2099, and he's interacting with all these characters in this particular issue, all in 25 pages, okay? And he winds up curing Menace, which is a spoiler. You get to see something going on with Normie, which I thought was one of the best things in the issue. Something is not normal with him. He's messed up in the head, okay? Then this whole thing takes place on a rooftop on trying to save Anna Maria. Okay, you get to see that in this issue, and now the ultimate battle happens in the issue, and you find out the identity of the Green Goblin. Okay, I'm not going to give that away. You find out the Green Goblin identity. There was one moment here in this particular issue that I laughed that said, okay, Peter is back. I would have loved to see more funny dialogue moments, and I didn't see that in this issue. There was one point where Green Goblin says, "Saving that little lady is the last remaining achievement as Spider-Man. When it all goes boom, you'll have nothing left." You know? And then Spider-Man goes, "Except the dignity of knowing I never carried a man purse." And then, like, it's Green Goblin, and he sits there and he goes, "It's you," you know? So, like, that moment right there was one of the best moments in the comic book. That was, like, true Spider-Man moment there. So again, you find out the identity of what's going on with the Green Goblin in this issue. You get to see the final battle, and it winds up just ending. And you find out what happens to the Green Goblin, which again I'm not going to spoil completely. But the book just kind of ends, and then what happens now is we waste 2 pages on covers, you know. So you get to see all the covers, all the story arcs that happen through Superior Spider-Man. And then you get to see this little backup story here that had to do with Peter Parker getting back together with Aunt May and J. Jonah and Mary Jane and having them words, and Peter just basically explaining what's going on and saying, "I'm sorry, I'm never going to work with, with Spider-Man again," and him talking with Mary Jane saying, "I apologize," and Carly talking with Mary Jane. And so it's this big back and forth type of thing. And what's it called? And then you see something happen with Mayor James Jonah Jameson. Sorry, you get to see him actually, spoiler, resign in office, and that was probably the end of that actual story. Okay, so after I got done reading this, I sat there and said, "Wow, I was looking for the big moment." And I really didn't get that in this particular issue. There was something missing throughout the entire issue. And I felt that my big moment happened in issue number 30. I thought that was a fantastic and perfectly well done issue. Here we had, I don't know, was it 60 pages to tell a story, or maybe a little bit less than that? Whatever, it's a $6 issue. And I felt that the main story, the story that counted here, was rushed. There was too much going on. They tried to wrap it up all together so quickly, and I felt myself disappointed with the ending. I felt myself a little bit disappointed with the reveal of who the Green Goblin actually was. And I just found that I wanted Peter Parker back a little bit more. Now, we're going to get that in this right here, an Amazing Spider-Man, but I would love to see his personality shine more. So, again, all in all, when you wrap it all up together, I thought that the last issue was a lot better than this. I was disappointed with all of this. It just kind of just left you with all these questions still, and it obviously will continue Amazing Spider-Man, but I was wishing that they would take their time and tell a more complete story here instead of leaving me with more questions. What's going on with Normie? What's happening with Liz? Spider-Man 2099, we know he's getting his own book. What happened to the Green Goblin? Where's he going to go? It was just kind of a generic fight. One-page panels, too much action. There's great to have action, but it was just a lack of story in the end. So I didn't think it was a horrible issue in any stretch of the means, but I just would have loved to see a more complete story here. And I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So guys, leave me your comments below. What do you agree? What do you disagree on this particular issue? Was this the best Superior Spider-Man issue that you've ever read? Was issue 30 better for you? Again, leave me these comments below. I would love to see your guys' opinions. And guys, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. As always, I'll see you in the next comic book review. Take care, everyone. See you soon.